has dropped two proper flagship watches recently, and both come loaded with serious features. The Vertical 2, the one here with the green strap, is built like a tank. You get long battery life, dual band GPS, a sharp AMOLED display, and even a built-in flashlight. The Race 2 dials things back a bit. It's slimmer, lighter, but still brings the same display, same GPS, and the same heart rate sensor. Now, they might look familiar, but once you wear them, the difference becomes clear. So here's a no-nonsense look at 5 key differences between these two watches. So let's start with the weight and feel. Now, both of these watches might have the same case size, 49mm, but Vertical 2 has more bulk. It's heavier, it's slightly thicker, and the metal build gives it that rugged outdoor feel. The Race 2 keeps things sporty with more plastic elements that trim down the weight. It's easier to wear all day, and especially if you got slimmer wrists like I do. Vertical 2 leans more towards medium or larger wrists, but neither one of these watches feels massive on the wrist. Still, I'd say Race 2 is more unisex of the two. Next up, the controls. Vertical 2 sticks with the classic 3-button layout, so you get 3 buttons on the right-hand side. It's straightforward, works well, and doesn't need much explanation. Race 2 adds a rotating crown between the 2 flat buttons. So here you get 2 flat buttons plus a rotating crown. This feels smoother when scrolling, and the navigating menus is a bit quicker and easier. The catch is that the crown doesn't play well with gloves, so for cold weather use, the older setup might be the better bet. Now, as far as displays, they're identical. 1.5-inch AMOLED screen with 466 by 466 pixel resolution. Brightness hits at up to 2000 nits, so visibility outdoors is excellent. Whether you're using maps or glancing at workout stats, both of these watches are sharp and easy to read. Suunto clearly isn't going back to MIP displays. Some might miss them, but AMOLED looks better and power consumption isn't really an issue anymore. Now, one feature that Vertical 2 has that Race 2 doesn't have is a proper flashlight, an LED flashlight. I've actually set up a shortcut here, which will show you how to activate it. There. And now it's at 50%. Now this is, as you can see, a real front-facing LED built into the top of the case. Once you start using it, you realize how useful it actually is. Whether you're out on a night run or just trying to find something in a dark room, this comes in handy more often than you'd expect. You can set brightness levels, you can use a red light mode, or even enable an SOS flash. The Race 2 skips all of this completely. I mean, you still get the old screen glow trick, but that's it. Leaving it out helps keep the weight down, but for anyone who spends time outdoors, the flashlight might be reason enough to go with Vertical. Now, as far as battery life, the difference is not huge, but it's in Vertical 2's favor. So you're looking at, in smartwatch mode, you're looking at 20 days on Vertical and 18 on the Race. In standby, it's 40 versus 30. With all systems, GN, SS, and multiband turned on, Vertical manages 65, whereas Race gets 55 hours. You can see the detailed stats on the screen. The two watches also share the same power modes, Performance, Endurance, Ultra, and Tour, and you can switch them during workouts, and they help you stretch battery life depending on what you're doing. So in day-to-day use, Vertical gives you a bit more breathing room between charges, which matters if you don't want to think about battery life all the time. As far as charging, it's identical, and you can actually use the same charger for both of these watches. It fits it fits whichever one of these two you're using, and you can see here the pins are exactly the same. Now, what about the price? Well, Vertical 2 starts at $600 for the stainless steel version, and titanium takes it up to $700. Race 2 is $100 less across the board, so $500 and $600. So if you want the extra hardware and longer battery, that extra spend might be worth it. But if you're just after a reliable training watch with all the essentials, Race 2 gives you that at a lower price. So which should you get? That's the question. Well, I would say Vertical 2 is for outdoor types. If you're heading out into the hills, doing long hikes, or just want the durability and battery to match, it ticks the right boxes. Race 2 is built for athletes. It's lighter, it's more comfortable, and it feels more focused for day-to-day training. Both watches use the same GNSS chip and heart rate sensor, so no difference there. I tested the watches against the Garmin in tough urban conditions of central London, and both watches hold up really well. GPS is tight, heart rate is reliable, although because I have smaller wrists, I did need to make sure the Vertical 2 was slightly higher up on my wrist, so away from my wrist bone, whereas Pace 2, it doesn't really matter. I get accurate heart rate regardless whether it's next to my wrist bone or higher up. Now, neither of these two is a full-on smartwatch. You don't get contactless payments, onboard music, or many downloadable apps, but they both handle the basics. Notifications, music control, and weather are all covered. So, if you're training hard and want something lightweight, go with Race 2. If you need something tougher that can handle more time off the grid, Vertical 2 is probably the better call.